Okay, good morning, students, and welcome to our class for today. This is the fourth week. This is your last topic for your mastery exam. So I hope you're still okay there. I also hope that you studied in the akong gihatag sa inyo ha, the study time or study day na akong gihatag sa inyo ha. Okay? So today we will talk about making and doing a presentation. Now, who among you here has been or have tried reporting in front of the class? Your teacher told you to report, so on and so forth. I think most of us, including me, have experienced reporting in your kanang age. Okay, when I was in elementary, it was very common practice for the teachers nga ipa-report sa amo ang topic. Okay, so now what are we going to do now? How can we make a good presentation? That's our goal today. We're going to make a good presentation. Dili lang, it's not just a report, it's not just reporting, it's not just presenting. We're going to make a good report, okay? And one way that we can make sure that we're having a good report is through engagement, okay? This is one of the key challenges in doing a presentation, engagement. How engaged are we with our listeners? How engaging are we with our listeners? Okay? If wala ring engagement, your listeners will not, they will not listen to you. If wala kay engagement sa ilaha. That's why it's important to craft or to make your presentation as a good presentation so that ikaw nga speaker, you as a speaker will become more engaged with your listeners. Now, Sir Kevin, how can we be engaged with our listeners? Okay? Now, one way that you can be engaged as listeners is through your visual aids. Okay? Just like this, just like what I'm doing to you. Okay? If you're just going to see me, saying something without any visual aids, you will probably be bored. You will probably be, kapuya aning sir, oy sige ra magyaw-yaw. Oh. So it's good, Jude, to have a visual aid, okay? Or what we call multimedia presentations, okay? Or multimedia resources. Now, what kind of multimedia resources can we put into our presentation, okay? So that's the first part of our lesson today. Now, what are these multimedia presentations? The first one is the photographs, okay? When we talk photographs, mga pictures ni siya, and not just pictures nga, any pictures, but it has to be high resolution pictures, okay? Now, I know some of you you have teachers before nga mo post sila og picture dayon kana bitong grainy, if you know what I mean, grainy or hanap siya, dili siya klaro, it's not clear, kay it's pixelated, okay? Now, when you are making your presentation, you need to make sure that your photos are in high resolution, okay? Or if you're going to do a Google search, dapat it's gonna be the biggest picture so that it will give you the best resolution. Okay? Now, the high resolution pictures can be showed to, number one, showcase an object or idea. Okay? So if you want to show an idea, you can use photographs. Let's say, for example, in this picture, in the picture that I am showing to you right now, what idea comes in your mind when I show you this picture? Diba? The idea that I am showing right now is an idea of a family. Okay? So, in na say you can showcase your idea with a photograph. And number two, it can evoke an emotional response. It can produce an emotional response. Let's say, for example, you want to have kanang PT sa imong presentation. So you're going to post a picture of a child na niwang, kanang very thin already, starving. So in that way, the photographs can evoke an emotional response. Okay? Next, multimedia presentation is our videos. Now, videos can really bring a presentation to life. Okay? They do a great job of capturing the attention of viewers. Diba? When a teacher tells you to, okay, let's watch this video, maminaw mangyud mo, diba? You're going to listen to the video because the video really gives you a kanang kwan. It really gives you a kanang what do you call this? Kanang a reason for you to listen to the speaker. Okay? So, other jobs of videos are number one, to show how something works. Okay, let's say for example, you want to demonstrate how how to use your air fryer. Oh. So, what you're going to do, instead nga mag-speak ka, so you're going to present a video and then you're going to explain after. Okay? Or number two, share a story or testimony. Let's say for example, you have a story that is kind of related to what you are speaking right now. So before you start speaking, you will tell your audience, okay, I will have a let's watch this video and let's see, ana-ana da yun. So, and then you show the video, because the video can be a very helpful tool when you want to show or share a testimony or story. Okay? And number three, we can use this one to share examples. Okay? So, whatever examples there is, you can use videos as well. Okay? Next, multimedia presentation that we need to learn is the infographics. And I know we have discussed this the last time, diba? With our linear and non-linear text. So, infographics are a kind of non-linear text. Okay? Just let me give a definition of the infographic. Infographic combines imagery, charts, and a small amount of text to create a very easy to understand overview of a topic. So with the infograph, as what I've told you in our lesson last time, the infographics, these infographics give you data, okay, which would be otherwise kapoy basahon. It's gonna be tiring siya if you're going to read it. Okay? So, they're the most effective when using visuals that communicate information quickly, like charts or graphs. Okay? So, let's say for example, kanao. So, if there's a presentation about the effectivity of the vaccines, so you can just show this one. Okay? So, yun na siya. Next one, music. Oh, so Sir Kevin, we can use music in our presentation, in our reporting? Yes, you can. Music can play many roles in your presentation, including number one, elicit or produce emotions. Number two, releasing tension. Labi na ka ng serious ka inyong topic and you want to break the ice. You want to let your audience relax a bit, then you can use music to release tension. Next, helping listeners relax. Okay? So actually, with a small background music while you speak, it can make listeners relax. Okay? Next, making listeners more alert and engaged. Okay? So, let's say for example nga, boring ka imong topic, so, naana ka nga, okay, let's go on. You will play a music and then your audience will become livelier. Okay? Next, energizing listeners. And number two, jogging the memory, because music is a very good tool for memorizing. Okay? Or for your memory. Now, when you play music, gani, it should not be nga the music will overpower the listeners. Dili dapat nga ang music, mas kusog pa ang music kaysa sa speaker. Okay? So make sure nga when you have your music, in a minimal volume lang. Okay? Next, illustrations. Okay? Highly detailed computer or hand-drawn illustrations can be very useful for explaining complex designs or schematics. So instead of explaining a thing and how complex a thing is, let's say for example, here we have the animal cell. Instead of explaining the parts, why won't you just show a photo or an illustration of the parts of an animal cell? Diba? So that is what we call illustrations. Okay? And illustrations will also help you in your presentations. Next, art. Uy, Sir Kevin, pwede ay art? Yes, pwede ang art. Okay? Art can be very powerful because it can elicit powerful emotions in the viewer. Images include various art forms can be used, including paintings, drawings, sculptures, and cartoons. So, an art di ay, magamit po di ay nato, we can use art in our presentation. Especially if you want to play around with emotions sa imong audience, then you can use art. Okay? Next. Oh, GIFs. Okay? I don't know how you pronounce this one, GIFs or GIFs, but I am more comfortable in saying GIFs. Okay? Now, GIFs are very short video clips that can be looped. That means magbalik-balik lang siya. Okay? These clips can feature everything from videos and drawings to cartoon animations. Now, what is the use of GIFs in or GIFs in your presentation? Number 1, we quickly demonstrate how something works, especially if kanang dali lang siya, then you can use a GIF. Okay? So, once you play a GIF, magbalik-balik ra gyud na ang video. It's gonna be on loop. Next, number 2, including a very short clip. Okay? So, if you want to include a very short clip, then you can use a GIF. And number 3, adding some humor or personality to your presentation. Okay? So, if you have this one, if you can see this presentation, okay, the presentation is actually moving, but you can see it's just pausing there, okay? But that's a GIF, you know, it's a moving picture, and I think some of you have used that one in your Messenger, okay? Messenger or Facebook, because GIFs really are some humor or personality. Malingaw gyud ang inyong audience if you're going to use a GIF, okay? Next, now this is something new, okay? 360-degree photographs. Have you seen this one on Facebook? Especially if mag-move bito ang picture. Even though it's not 360, it's still 180, that's fine, but 360 is good, okay? Now, users can click a photograph and move the image around, okay? So, if you want an example of a 360-degree photograph, just search it on Google, okay? 360 photographs. And then, you can explore, look, a noise ani, uy. Okay, the first time that technology went out, I was also surprised. Oh, look, a noise ani, uy, this is very nice, okay? This edition can work very well for presentation focused on architecture, mga buildings, technology, product design, and automobiles, okay? So, we have the 360-degree photograph. Now, the next two are kind of related because we have been using this one for our kanang classes, okay? Now, a slideshow is a presentation of a series of still images on a projection screen or electronic display, typically in a pre-arranged sequence. Okay, just like what I am doing right now, the thing that I am doing right now with you in our class are all pre-arranged. Okay, naka-arrange na siya. Okay, and that's what we call a slideshow. And the next for the slideshow is the text. Okay, now a text is a small amount of text goes a long way in a presentation. Okay, but here's the thing. When you're going to make a presentation, when you are going to make a presentation, ayaw tibuk-an ninyo nga puros text ako sa ka-slide. Okay? Have you seen my presentations? Only minimal lang ang kuan, only minimal ang words, a few sentences, a few words only, and that should be the presentation that you will have. Okay? That's the slideshow that you will have. Dili nga tibuok text, ang tibuok screen sa slideshow, the whole screen of a slideshow is your text. Okay? So ayaw. Just a small amount of text will do. Okay? So a few bullet points here and there can help the prospect or the audience understand what the core message of the presentation is. Okay? Now, after knowing the multimedia presentation, let's go to preparing a presentation. How can we prepare a presentation? Okay? So today, right now, we're going to talk about preparing. The next time, we're going to talk about how we can present effectively. But let's go first here. Preparing for a presentation. How can we prepare for a presentation? Number 1, organize your thoughts. Okay? Make an outline of what you are going to present. Unsa man ang imong i-present, write it down. And develop good transitions for each point. Dili nga after sa point 1, mo diretso ra ka sa point 2. What you're going to do is you're going to establish connection between points 1 and points 2. Okay? And then emphasize the importance of your report. If you do not know what an outline is, this is an outline right here. Kaning naa sa ubos. Okay? That is an outline. And let's say for example here, sa introduce the general topic and introduce the specific topic, we need to build a good connection or transition between the two. Para dili abrupt. It's not the connection will not be abrupt. Nagikalit-kalit bitaw. So it has to be kanang pahimutan. It has to be placed properly and carefully. That's why we need to have good transitions. Okay? So let's say for example, if you have this outline, your presentation will be much more easier. Okay? Dili na mo diri another thought here and another thought here, and then you're playing Dr. Wak Wak already with your presentation. Okay, so you need to organize your thoughts. Next, you need to have a strong opening. So why should the audience listen to you? So first sentence pa lang daan ninyo. In your first sentence, you need to make sure that you have a strong or interesting opening. Dili na, okay, good morning teachers, good morning classmates. Today I will talk about Okay, that's not how you make a presentation. When you make a presentation, dapat a good presentation. Let's say for example, your topic is what? Your topic is malnutrition. So, a good opening would be like, did you know that 40% of the children here in the Philippines are suffering from malnutrition? So, that's a strong opening. And when the listeners or your audience will hear that one and they sense a strong opening, they will most likely listen to you, because that's what they say first impressions last. Okay? So first pa lang ni daan mong words, it will determine whether you're going to have a good presentation or you're going to have a bad presentation. It all depends on your opening statement. So that's why you need to have a strong opening. Next, define your terms early. Okay? So if you're using terms that are not familiar with your audience, introduce them early in your presentation. Let's say for example, let's continue on the malnutrition. So before you go to your main points, you define first what malnutrition is. So malnutrition is the blah 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 blah. Okay? That's how you do your defining of terms. Okay, the tendency is if you're going to explain malnutrition at the middle or at the end of your speech, maguba ang kanang thought mindset sa mga audience. Anong nagkaroon pa man siya nag-define og malnutrition? Why is it he is just kanang explaining malnutrition just now? Okay? So dapat you need to define your terms early. Okay? Next, finish with a bang. Okay? Now, what does this mean? Find one or two sentences that sum up the significance of your presentation. Why is your presentation important? Okay? So make sure you put that one at the end so that you can finish with a bang. Okay? So why is it important, man? Let's say for example, it's important to speak about malnutrition because two children die of malnutrition every hour. So like that. So you need to show them why your presentation is important. Okay? Next, include relevant multimedia resources. Kani. This is what we've talked about earlier. But not all the time na kinahanglan og relevant kanang multimedia resources. So you need to consider which points are needed to have additional resources and which ones do not. Okay? And remember the presentation. This presentation that I have with you, this kanang slides, is actually to enhance the presentation, not replace you. Okay, if I just want the presentation to replace me, I could have just given it to you and then, okay, class, read this one. Okay? But I'm not. This is a part of the presentation. This is my visual aid. This is just enhancing my presentation to you. Okay? That's why I told you gani, you do not put whole text in your presentation. Matibuok whole paragraph inyong ibutang. Okay? You need to make sure that just the right amount of text. Okay? Next, time yourself. Okay, so this is one of the main problems, especially if speaker ka. Kaya sometimes, if you're a speaker, maganahan man yung ka magstorya. You want to speak and speak and speak and speak and speak. And then, you did not, wala na mo nakabantay, you did not notice that the time limit. Okay? So, at the start pa lang gani daan sa inyong practice, when you start your practice, you need to make sure that you time yourself. Okay? So, kaya sometimes in presentations, there is time limit. Okay, so make sure you time yourself. Next, create effective notes for yourself. Okay? You create notes for yourself. Okay? Now, notes can be in a piece of paper or an index card, but make sure these notes are not your script. Okay? Nga, mao inyong basahon when you read, nope, that's not how you do your notes. Notes are just for cues, okay? You can put you can put your outline in the notes, okay? So that it can cue you to the next thing that you will be speaking about. Dili nga basahon ninyo tibuok. Okay? And make sure the text is large enough so that you can read it from a distance, okay? So when you read it, when you read it, it has to be somewhat layo pud sa inyo. Dili nga if you're going to read it, okay, today we will talk about ana. Oh, that's wrong. Okay? Next. Practice. This is very important, okay? The more you practice your presentation, the more comfortable you will be in front of an audience. Most good speakers are actually just a result of practicing all the time, okay? So, you need to make sure that you practice with your presentation. Before you do your presentation, you practice. Dili nga impromptu nga practice ang inyong presentation, okay? So, practice, you can practice with the mirror. That's what I do, okay? So, if I'm going to speak something, I practice in the mirror. Or, you can practice using your phone. You can record yourself using your phone. Or, you can ask a friend to give you comments or feedback about your presentation. Okay? So, you will tell, Amiga, can you watch my presentation and let me know what I need to improve on? So, that's a good practice if you are asking help from your friends or from anyone who can be your audience for your practice. Okay? Now, after the practice, let's go to the presenting effectively. Now, after preparing, we need to present, okay? And how can we present effectively? First, be excited. Of course. Remember, children, the first when you come into the stage or the screen, kay virtual man ta, okay? You need to be very excited, okay? Kay the listeners, your audience will have a vibe, will have the same vibes in your entrance, okay? So if you are okay teachers, okay classmates, we're going to present. If you are going to be like that, okay? Your audience will be not interested in you, okay? But if you are excited, your audience will feel it and automatically become more interested in your topic. Next, speak with confidence, okay? Of course, this is your topic. You've practiced for how many days, diba? You prepared your presentation. Speak with confidence. Dili nga, ang atong presentation karon is about, no, speak with confidence. Chin up, stand straight or sit straight, and then speak up. When you are speaking, you are the authority on your topic. You have been researching this one, you have been studying this one, you've been practicing this one, but let's say for example there is questioning after the presentation, and if you do not know anything, be honest, okay? Be honest. Do not pretend that you know everything. You tell nga, I will get back to that question later on. Or you will tell nga kanang I do not know the answer to that question. That's it. Very simple. So do not pretend that you know everything. Okay? Next, make eye contact with your audience. Okay? Not eye contact sa ceiling, Some of you you're going to present inyong mata kay nasa ceiling. Okay, so malnutrition is no, or the floor. Malnutrition is this and that and that and this. Okay? No. Make an eye contact with your audience. Your purpose is to communicate with your audience, not to the ceiling, not to the floor, but to your audience. So if you're going to establish eye contact, it feels like that you are talking to them directly. But ayaw po tutuki ha nga una-una niyo. Okay. Malnutrition is no, okay? Just a glance to another person, and then a glance to another person, a glance to another person. Ana. So it feels like that you are really talking to your audience. Okay? That's why gani nga when I have my presentation, when I have my presentation, especially if we will have synchronous classes, my eyes may not be on the camera, but my eyes are on your photos. Okay? At least maka-establish yung eye contact nila. But let's say, for example, we're going to have our presentation online, then you have to look at your camera all the time. Okay? Next, avoid reading from the screen kani. Okay? Kaya, again, your screen is not your audience. Okay? And the presentation that you have is not for you. It's for your audience. So, do not kanang ayaw sige basa sa screen. Okay? Next, blank the screen when a slide is unnecessary. Okay? Let's say, for example, you're using a PowerPoint. Okay? And then you're talking now about an idea, but then the topic is not related. Okay? Or the slide is not related to what you're talking about. So what you're going to do is you press letter B or the period key to display a black screen. So once you press that one, the screen for your PowerPoint mo black na siya. Okay? Which lets the audience concentrate solely on your words. Press the same key to restore the display. So that is how you blank the screen. Okay? So once you're ready now to move to the next slide, you can press the letter B or the period key again. Next, use a pointer only when necessary. Now, there are some speakers that they use pointer, but sometimes other speakers are like kanang kwan bitaw, are like characters of Star Wars. Nasa like lightsaber, ilay pagawas sila laser pointer, and then mura sila og kwan, mura sila ka sa Star Wars nga nagsigi og ana-ana sa ilahang mga pointers ha. No, only use it when necessary. Only use that one when you need to highlight something on the screen. Okay? Dili nga mag-Star Wars mo in your presentation. Next, explain your visual aids. Every time that you have a visual aid or you have a multimedia resource, you need to explain its relevance. Okay? You need to explain its relevance to your presentation. Ngano imo man itong ipakita? Why did you show that one? So, explain. Okay? It's gonna be very awkward if you're going to show a video and then you're going to, then after the video, okay, it will seem like you forgot the video. Okay? So, let's say, for example, if you want to show a video, after the video, explain the video. Okay? Next, pause. Oh, very important. Pause, relax. Okay? Dili nga mura mo si Ismail bitaw. You're not like Ismail nga no. Okay? You pause. Now, pauses emphasize important information. So, if you want to emphasize important information, you can use a pause, okay? You can make transitions obvious. Like, kung mag-change ko og new slide, di ba, mo pause man ko, dili man ko magpadayon. And give the audience time to catch up between points to read new slides. Okay? Next, that's the importance of pause. Next, we have avoid filler words. Kada mga like, so, like, ana bitaw? Those are filler words. Now, to an audience, these are indications that you do not know what you say, and this makes the audience uncomfortable. Okay? You sound uncomfortable, so they will sound uncomfortable. So, to avoid filler words, speak slowly. Okay? Dili nga mura mo si Ismail nga mag-rap. Okay? So that you can collect your thoughts before moving ahead. Next, relax. Okay? It is hard to relax when you are nervous, but your audience will be much more comfortable if you are too. Okay? Relax. Relax. It's just a presentation. It will soon come to pass. So you relax. Okay? And lastly, breathe. Okay? Sometimes, tungkol sa inyong kakulba, makalimot na mo og breathe. You forgot to breathe because you are so very anxious of your presentation. Relax. It's fine to be nervous. I know, I understand. I've been in your shoes once. But the most effective way to relieve your nervousness or to get away your nervousness is to breathe. During your presentation, breathe. Okay? Dili nga breathe ka. No, subtle breathing. Yeah, I am breathing right now, but dili ninyo makitaan sa screen. Okay? But I am breathing right now. Okay? So that is how you make a presentation, and that is how you present effectively. I hope you will use these techniques in your presentation or your performance tasks. Okay? So thank you everyone for listening, and God bless you. Stay safe.